Hey everyone, welcome back to the Cold Case Project. My name is Tony, and today we're diving into a case that has left investigators and family members searching for answers for over 2 decades. Jason Jolkowski was just 19 years old when he vanished from his Nebraska neighborhood in 2001, only blocks away from home. Jason seemed to disappear without a trace, and despite years of searching and countless theories, there's still no explanation for what happened that day. In today's episode, we'll explore the details of Jason's disappearance, the search efforts that followed, and the lasting impact on his family and community. If you enjoy exploring cold cases and unsolved mysteries, please hit that like button and subscribe to the Cold Case Project. Your support helps us bring more attention to cases like Jason's. Now, let's try to piece together what might have happened to him.
The disappearance of Jason Jolkowski remains one of the most baffling mysteries in Omaha, Nebraska. At just 19 years old, Jason vanished without a trace in broad daylight while walking to meet a co-worker for a ride to work. Despite a life filled with family, friends, and a strong sense of responsibility, Jason's routine path to Benson High School turned into a tragic enigma when he never reached his destination. With no eyewitnesses, minimal clues, and a family desperate for answers, Jason's story has haunted his loved ones and the community for over 2 decades. It was June 13th, 2001, a typical summer day. Jason's parents, Kelly and James, had left for work, entrusting their teenage sons, Jason and his younger brother Michael, to handle their usual routines. Jason was a diligent worker with plans to attend college and pursue a career in broadcasting. As he was saving for tuition, Jason accepted a last-minute opportunity from his boss at Fazoli's, an Italian fast food restaurant, to cover the lunch shift that day in addition to his scheduled dinner hours. Without a car, Jason needed a ride, so he arranged for a co-worker, Teresa, to meet him at Benson High School, just 8 blocks from his home. Jason put on his work pants and shoes, grabbed his red Fazoli's shirt, and set off for the brief walk to meet his ride. Before leaving, Jason took a moment to pull the trash cans from the curb back to the house. His younger brother Michael saw him from the window, and the noise of the trash cans clattering was the last sign of Jason's presence at home. What was expected to be a simple walk turned into an everlasting question mark. By 11:15 a.m., Teresa was waiting anxiously at Benson High School, but Jason never showed up. After 30 minutes, Teresa walked to a nearby gas station to use the payphone and called Jason's home. Michael answered, initially joking by pretending to be his older brother, but soon realized Teresa's genuine concern, with a nervous edge in his voice. He admitted that Jason wasn't home and had left nearly 45 minutes earlier. Jason's family was immediately alarmed by his absence. A responsible, soft-spoken young man, Jason was known for his commitment to family, faith, and community. He was active in his local parish, Holy Name Catholic Church, where he volunteered as a lector and participated in continuous prayer sessions known as perpetual adoration. Known for his kindness and reliability, Jason was a model friend and son, and his abrupt disappearance was out of character. His absence quickly turned into panic when, by the following day, there was still no word from him. Law enforcement initially treated Jason's case as a possible runaway, which delayed the investigation for critical days. However, his parents, convinced this was a mistake, pushed for further action. Jason had left without his car, with only a small amount of cash, and dressed in work attire, not the profile of someone planning to vanish voluntarily. His recent efforts to save money for college, his dependable nature, and his dedication to his job left his family certain that Jason would not have chosen to leave of his own accord. Finally, after 10 agonizing days, Omaha police began a full investigation into Jason's disappearance. They conducted extensive searches on foot, by horseback, and even used a helicopter with infrared scanning, but no trace of Jason was found. Police interviewed neighbors, friends, and co-workers, yet each lead ended in a frustrating dead end. The absence of any physical evidence only deepened the mystery, and by late June, the case was at a standstill. Desperate for answers, Jason's family launched their own efforts to find him. They put up posters, distributed flyers, and organized community events to raise awareness. Yellow ribbons were tied around trees and light poles throughout Omaha in Jason's honor. As days turned into weeks, Kelly and James felt as though they were living in an alternate reality. The mundane moments of daily life, eating, showering, sleeping, became painful reminders that Jason was missing. It was almost like I had to tell myself to do the most basic things, Kelly recalled. I'd sit by the phone, hoping it would ring with some good news. Despite their sorrow, Jason's family was determined to find him, refusing to let the public forget about their son. They utilized every resource available, even establishing a website, missingjason.com, to share his story far and wide. Church members helped circulate Jason's picture and details, initiating email prayer chains that reached people across the globe. The media took interest, and soon Jason's story was featured on national platforms like The John Wall Show and The Montel Williams Show. Still, months passed with no resolution. The Jolkowski family's heartbreak led them to channel their pain into advocacy. In 2003, they founded Project Jason, a nonprofit organization dedicated to supporting the families of missing persons. The group provided a variety of resources, including flyers, awareness campaigns, and coping skills retreats for those enduring the disappearance of a loved one. Project Jason brought national attention to missing adult cases and highlighted the urgent need for legislation to address these cases with the same intensity as missing children cases. In 2005, their persistent efforts bore fruit with the passage of Jason's Law. This Nebraska statute established a statewide missing persons database and required law enforcement agencies to act swiftly in cases of missing adults, a legal reform inspired by Jason's story. Jason's Law set a new standard for how missing persons cases were handled, ultimately assisting other families in their own searches for lost loved ones. As the years went on, the Jolkowski family continued to honor Jason's memory, holding candlelight vigils and remembrance events on the anniversary of his disappearance. They organized fundraising concerts and participated in annual bike rides called Miles for the Missing, raising awareness about missing persons and promoting safety education in schools. Project Jason distributed thousands of flyers across the nation, each one a lifeline to someone still searching for answers. In the absence of any evidence to the contrary, authorities classified Jason's case as a homicide, though they continued to describe the case as baffling. Investigators had no strong leads, and the occasional tips that came in over the years yielded little progress. Jason's mother, Kelly, took every chance to remind the public that the family had not given up hope. As she said, "If you lose hope, you stop looking, and that's not fair to the person who is missing." She remained steadfast in her belief that someone, somewhere, knew what had happened to her son, but perhaps didn't realize the significance of what they knew. In 2011, a tree and a plaque in Jason's memory were placed along the Keystone Trail, a peaceful reminder of his life and the hope that remains. By 2018, after 15 years, Kelly retired from Project Jason, having helped countless families and earned national recognition for her advocacy work. Yet the grief of not knowing what happened to Jason lingered. The pain of his absence is woven into each vigil, each prayer, and each ribbon tied in remembrance. To this day, Jason Jolkowski's case remains unsolved, but his legacy lives on through Project Jason and the laws that have improved how missing persons cases are handled. His family still hopes for answers and believes that someone, even after all these years, might come forward with a missing piece of this agonizing puzzle. Jason's father once expressed the family's enduring sorrow by saying, "If tears and prayers could bring Jason home, he would have been home a long time ago." Until that day comes, Jason's family will continue to remember him, a kind young man with dreams, a quiet strength, and a profound impact on those who loved him. And though time moves forward, their dedication to finding answers for Jason will remain unshaken as they await the day when they can finally bring him home. Thanks for watching this episode of the Cold Case Project. Jason Jolkowski's disappearance has left so many questions unanswered, and his family is still searching for clues that might bring him home. If you have any information about Jason's case, I encourage you to contact the proper authorities. Sometimes, even the smallest detail can make all the difference. If you found this story compelling and want to see more cases like this, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the Cold Case Project. Join our community as we continue to uncover the mysteries that have remained unsolved for far too long. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.